こんな世界だからこそ夢を追わなければならないんじゃない？悪を許しはしない。私には仲間がいる。
Hey everyone, Silverox is here, and this is the Final Fantasy VI Collaboration Event Part 2 reviews featuring the 3 units, Celes, Setzer, and Relm, coming to Octopath Traveler Champions of the Continent this week. This review is focusing on Celes, the former general turned returner, master of Ice Magitek. So what does Celes do in Octopath? She is a warrior, so basically a spellblade, and her role is an ice DPS. Her special abilities is that after using BP, she can gain the ability to auto-dodge magic attacks, and then gain BP and SP stock from it, while debuffing the attacker's physical attack and magic attack. Having SP stock grants her an effect to allow magic critical and other bonuses. Finally, she can also force an enemy's physical-based attacks to be treated as magic so she can dodge them. Her preferred weapons would be Brilliant Sword for damage cap, as she sadly has no innate damage cap and needs cap desperately, despite the stats being more focused on physical. Preferred accessories would be damage cap and all you can give her. For her passive skills, her basic passive is that at the start of turn, if Celes has SP stock, she grants herself Magitek Mage for 2 turns. Magitek Mage is what allows her to crit with magic anytime she would have normally gotten a crit, since that has to be a separate buff now. Her 1-star passive is that at the end of her turn, after spending at least 1 BP, grant herself 2 stacks of Runic. What Runic does is Runic nullifies the next magic attack received, and consumes 1 stack of Runic up to 4 stacks, which up to 4 stacks can be held at once. After successfully nullifying an attack, she will grant herself 2 BP and give herself SP stock equal to 30% of her max SP, and she will also inflict 30% physical attack, magic attack down to the attacker as a passive debuff for 3 turns. Then the 6-star skill evolution for Celes will actually make it to where she'll gain 3 stacks of Runic at the end of a turn instead of just 2, and the BP gained is increased to 3 BP. So she just becomes a BP battery if she's dodging attacks constantly, and it's very easy for her to keep her Runic stacks up. Her 3-star passive is that while she's in the front row, she will grant the front row SP regen to 3% of their max SP and grant them 15% ice/light damage up. If Celes has Magitek Mage, then both effects will be doubled, so she'll be giving 6% max SP regen and 30% ice and light damage up. Her TP passive is that she will give herself a 30% SP cost down, and she increases the crit multiplier of ice attacks to 1.6 times over 1.25, and adds 20% of her physical attack to magic attack. So this really helps if you're using like a Brilliant Sword, so even though she has a higher P attack from the weapon, part of that is transferring over to magic attack. If Celes has Magitek Mage, the SP cost reduction and stat multiplier effects increase by 1.5 times, meaning that she actually will have a 45% SP cost reduction and a 30% stat transfer of P attack to magic attack. This is why she needs damage cap, because she can hit cap pretty easily despite being a warrior doing magic. Her TP level 2 enhancement was just revealed in JP not too long ago. Her TP level 2 enhancement is that on this passive is that she will gain an additional 150,000 damage cap up when she uses ice attacks. She desperately needed this. This means that the enhancement priority for her would be a high priority. And as a reminder, TP level 2 releases for global on July 16th. Celes will not have hers until she reruns in the future. And as a note, all my reviews, including these 3 and the future ones, you'll notice that there might be a new section of the TP level 2 now that we're about to get it for global. I will be rating on a scale of 4 tiers of low, medium, high, and mandatory for a unit on whether you should potentially upgrade their TP2 or not, because of how limited TP2 resources are. Please stay tuned. There is a TP2 guide coming if it's not already out. And if it's already out, then it's linked in the description below. Moving on to her skills. Her base kit. She has a 2-hit single target ice that exploits Sword and Light and inflicts Frostbite for 2 turns, ignoring resistances. If Self has SP stock, it becomes a 4-hit single target instead. Then she has a single ally 15% physical defense up for 2 to 5 turns, which at max boost targets the front row. Then she has a self SP stock equal to 5 to 30% of her max SP based on boost. Then she has a 4-hit single target ice that exploits Sword and Light and inflicts frostbite for 2 turns, ignoring resistances. And if self has SP stock, it becomes 6 hits instead. Then she has a front row SP regen, 5% of max SP, plus 30% magic attack up for 2 to 5 turns, and it reaches all allies at max boost. Then she has a 3-hit AoE ice, plus front row 30% fire, ice, and lightning damage up for 2 turns. Her 4-star skill is a 4-hit AoE ice that exploits Sword and Light and inflicts frostbite for 2 turns, ignoring resistances. And if she has SP stock, it becomes 6 hits instead. Her 5-star skill is a priority 4-hit single target ice that inflicts 10% ice/light resistance down for 2 turns. If the target is broken, also grant the front row 20% ice and light damage up for 2 turns. And if she has SP stock, it becomes 8 hits instead. Then she has a 4-hit single target ice that exploits Sword and Light. The power increases by 1.5 times if the target has frostbite, which is easy for her to do as she has a lot of skills that inflict frostbite that ignore resistance. At max boost, consume 50 extra SP up to 6 times or until under 50 SP, and do 1 extra hit per 50 SP taken. So if she has she has over 353 SP, this is a 10-hit ice, and this is her best nuke. Her TP skill is a 1-hit single target ice with a 100,000 bonus damage cap up, and also implants 4 stacks of ice weakness. At max boost, it becomes a 2-hit single target instead, and at max boost plus if she has SP stock, it becomes a 3-hit single target instead. Her TP level 2 enhancement for this active skill is that all hit counts increase by 1, so it becomes 2 to 4 hits instead of 1 to 3 hits. And the implant of stacks of ice weakness go to 5 stacks instead of 4. The enhancement priority for this would actually be low because this really isn't that good, because this isn't a skill she's going to be using, because this does not get anywhere close to either her ultimate or her 10-hit ice. Because 100,000 damage cap on 4 hits is just not enough to beat out 10 hits. And as a reminder, yes, I said TP level 2 doesn't release till July 16th. Celes will not have hers until a rerun in the future. For her EX skill plus ultimate technique, her EX skill has 2 total uses, and it's unlocked from turn 3 onwards. It's a priority 6-hit single target ice that ignores evasion/damage nullification effects, and inflicts mana leak for 1 to 4 turns. And mana leak is that ability that makes all physical attacks are treated as magic attacks for Celes. So what that means is she can dodge them with Runic, is basically what it means. Her ultimate technique is a damage class ultimate. It's called Freeze Dive. It's an 8-hit AoE ice that exploits Sword and Light and grants herself SP stock equal to 30% of her max SP. If the target is broken, she will restore a 5 BP to herself and grant the front row 10% physical attack magic attack up for 2 turns. And the power doubles if the target has frostbite. At ultimate level 10, the power actually will scale a little bit stronger, and the buffs go to 15%, and at ultimate 20, the power scales even higher, and the buffs go to 20%. At ultimate level 20, the starting charge is 40%, and she gains 30% charge per BP, 60% with AU, meaning it takes 6 BP to fully charge, 3 BP with AU. The 200% gauge activation is Super Burst, which means this ultimate gains a stackable 50% potency up to its damage. The AU priority is that her ult can be quite good, but if you have the SP, her 10 hit twice on break will be better. So if you only got 1 dupe, can consider it if you need the extra stats from A1 more than a second use of this ult, might vary per build/account. Onto her Awakenings plus A4 accessory plus TP2 bonus. A1 is extra stats are great, with her stat conversion sending 30% of her P attack into magic attack, because as a warrior she needs more magic attack because of the weapon she uses is not going to be as helpful. A2 is a luxury, it's not necessary. A3 HP is always good, especially with her lower than average HP for a warrior. Her A4 accessory is the Stem of the Pink Rose. It gives 120 magic attack and 40 speed. And what it does is that when using 3 plus BP, increased damage dealt when hitting ice weakness is by 20%. And at the start of battle, grant self SP stock equal to 30% of max SP. So yeah, that extra damage dealt when hitting ice weaknesses by 20%, that's considered passive damage up. And if she has Magitek Mage, she's already capped at 30% ice damage up, so this does nothing for her. So you can only use it on somebody else, except that if you want to use it on her for the SP stock, except that this doesn't give damage cap. So the A4 tier rating of this is that this is B tier, because the stats are fine, and the start of battle SP stock is the best part of this A4. But like I just said, the extra damage up doesn't matter, because you won't ever want to use this over wearing more damage cap. So overall, this really is just not that useful, even on Celes, as she can give herself SP stock rather quickly with a skill or from auto-dodging that magic attack. This is a collectible trinket for whales, mainly. The TP level 2 bonus effect from having both active and passive TP2s unlocked is that the party will gain an additional 15,000 damage cap up when using sword, ice, or light attacks. The enhancement priority for this is low, because this is the worst bonus effect that a unit can get, unfortunately, because 15,000 damage cap is not a lot, and she would have benefited a lot better just getting like the 50k cap for herself, in all honesty. So for an optimal skill loadout, skill 1, the 10 hit ice from consuming 300 SP. This is her best and highest hit count nuke. As a reminder, because she's going to have SP stock, it is very easy to have enough SP to be able to do this twice on break if you plan. Skill 2, the self SP stock. Unless you can reliably dodge magic attacks, she wants SP stock ASAP for her skills, so taking the SP stock skill is a good idea to consider depending on the fight. Skill 3, the 4 to 6 hit single target or AoE that inflicts Frostbite. She wants Frostbite for more free power and skills, so taking a skill to help shade that also inflicts Frostbite is a good idea. Skill 4, which you can rotate in over the SP stock if you don't need it, or vice versa. You can take the 4 to 8 hit priority single target ice that debuffs resistance and can buff if target is broken. Possible breaker option and good for quick shield shaving. On to unit synergy. Celes completes ice teams as the final ice DPS. So with Rondo EX, the ultimate ice enabler and potent damage dealer, Ultrix EX, ice giga nuker, Casti EX, high hit count ice DPS option, Molruso EX, enlightenment to exploit oil weaknesses plus damage cap / potency ult Celes needs, Aviette, because pet / divine beast support, ult support, and more. Shana for all undying or all allies regen, and extra SP stock for Celes, combos very, very well. Setzer can lock any ice implants given by Rondo EX or Celes for use in any fight as well, as you don't need to worry about rainbow options, so Relm isn't as necessary, because you could use Relm and just focus on blue paint only, but that's not, or on what paint you need that the enemy has, not just blue paint, my bad. And if you're curious about what I just said by that, just look at the Relm review. But yeah, Setzer would overall be better for synergy if you're using Celes specifically. Alright, so to pull or not to pull, plus overall rating. Celes has a really fun and cool design kit. She can give herself SP stock and BP by dodging magic attacks with ease, and even force the enemy's attacks to be magic based in order to take advantage of this. She has a very high damage potential with ice, but lacks init passive damage up, init damage cap up, and init potency up to be able to seriously compete with any other DPS, on top of her highest hit count only being 10 and quite expensive on SP. It is sad to see such a uniquely designed kit be unable to do much even on release compared to other options. But as always, pull advice is just advice. Please pull and have fun your own way. But overall, for meta-wise, Tier 4, free-to-play, skip. Tier 3, low spin / patches, skip. Tier 2, Dolphin, A0 is plenty for use in any good ice team. Tier 1, Whale, A4 to collect as needed. A1, AU is plenty for optimal use. Overall rating, DPS A, Support B, Heal not available, Tank C. Overall rating, unfortunately, I just have to give her a B, because 10 hits is great, but she's lacking damage cap on release, and I have to rate based on how she releases now, not when she has some TP2 in the future. And unfortunately, she's not going to get TP2 until next year. Considering that how JP reran it, NetEase might do the same, we're probably not going to see a Final Fantasy VI rerun until after Final Fantasy X. So, yeah, it's going to be a while, unfortunately, and by then, you're only using her because you love her. She's a really cool unit, though, so there is that. Anyway, thanks for everyone for watching this review. Please check out the other reviews from before. If you're interested in learning how to team build better, how the TP2 enhancement system works, or any other guides and stuff, please check out the channel and the playlist as well. There'll also be some linked below, as well as the other unit reviews for Final Fantasy VI. Thanks for all the support in the channel. Everything means the world, because everything goes to help support me as I try to do this as a full-time job. So thanks everyone for watching. Love you all. See you guys all in the next video. Silver Rocks is out. Peace.